Good morning, how you guys doing? It's Mike back with the thought of the day on June 17th, 2024. First, I want to give honor and praise to Ahaya Shoahaya, Bashem Yeshai, or Wakadash. That's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit in Hebrew. Then I'd like to open with the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. May your will, not mine, be done. Today, I'd like to continue with the Men's Mental Health Month series. And part 3, I would like to get into cleaning the wreckage of your past through making amends and forgiveness. Cleaning the wreckage of your past through making amends and forgiveness. The wreckage of our past plays a lot into our mental health. And I know with me, before I knew how to clean the wreckage of my past, I carried a lot of shame, guilt, and remorse in me mentally, and it caused the depression, it caused the anxiety, it caused fear, it caused different things of that nature, man. And once I did my steps, and I had my inventory in step 4, I knew who the people I needed to forgive, and I knew the people who I needed to make amends to. First, I want to start out with making amends. Making amends is apologizing to somebody for you harming them, and or your part that you played in a situation where you might have felt that you was the person that was harmed. Now, every situation is not like that. Sometimes people just flat out harm you, and then that's where forgiveness comes in. But making amends, I had to go out and I had to make several amends. And some of them was easy to make because I knew I was 100% wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it was humbling to go out and reach out to these people and tell them that I apologize for things that I did to them. But it was necessary because it humbles you, and it's the right thing to do, to go and apologize to people. But I had to be very careful. That's why I'm glad I had 2 sponsors to help me write. So if you're trying to make this process, get you a spiritual person to advise you, because all amends don't need to be made, or you can make a living amends where you change your life, because you don't want to reharm somebody, or you don't want to open up Pandora's box and cause more harm in your life or their lives. So consult somebody before just going out trying to make amends to everybody, to make sure it's properly that you need to make amends to that person. And when you're making the amends, make sure that you worry about your side of the street. Don't worry about how the person reacts once you apologize to them. Don't worry about if they give you a hug, or they say get out your face, or they anything of that nature. I had to worry about my side of the street. You know what I'm saying? I had to make sure that I was good in the eyes of the Most High. So I had to clean my side of the street when making the amends. And I had to really get this done in order for me to be a better person, and it helped out with my mental health, because I don't have to carry that shame, guilt, and remorse. I don't have to carry that burdens, and knowing that I did some things to somebody that I need to get right. And that could be an in-person amends, that could be a phone call, that could be leaving a letter at somebody's grave if you feel like that passed on. And once again, I said a living amends, when you change your behavior and you go out and you live and live a better life and live a righteous life. The next part of cleaning the wreckage of the past is forgiveness, which is hard, man. I'm going to add one more part about making amends. The toughest part was making amends to people that I knew did something rough to me, and I had to make amends to them anyway. And that came into play because my sponsor pointed out, what did you do in the matter to make things worse? And in each matter, I did things to pour fire onto the situation, or to make the situation worse. And there's nothing more humbling than going to somebody that you know wronged you and making amends to them for the part that you played in the situation. Very humbling, because it's totally opposite of what the world teaches us in terms of having pride and I'm never talking to that person again, and this and blah blah blah. But trying to find your wrong in the situation is very, very key, and it was crucial to help try to keep me straight and righteous with the Most High. Next up is the forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the toughest things that we have to do in this world. Because a lot of times we get harmed, we get done wrong, and we forgiven. You know what I'm saying? And when we trying to forgive, sometimes our pride get in the way. You know what I mean? So, but what helped me make forgiveness was being able to look at my step 4 and look at my inventory and see what I did wrong and how wrong I was in a lot of part of my life. So I said, if the Most High going to forgive me for doing this stuff, then how can I forgive these people for things that they did? Comparing what they did to me and what I did, it was no comparison. So I had to go out and make forgiveness. And forgiveness is crucial to your mental health. Forgiveness is going to help you be able to move on and do the things that you need to do without carrying the resentments. You know what I mean? Carrying the resentments is one of the worst things for your mental health because it keeps you angry. It keeps you stagnated. And you're just going to continue to hurt more people going on because you're carrying resentments from, let's say, past relationships. You know what I'm saying? It was important for me to forgive because when you get in another relationship, the first thing that happens is going to trigger you from that last relationship, and then it's going to be on again. We got to remember, resentments is like drinking poison and hoping the other person die, because you're the only person that's hurting in the inside when you carrying those resentments. So I had to go out and forgive. I had to forgive people that did a lot of things that I didn't like, that I was hurt tremendously, but I had to forgive. And you got to remember, Christ did the ultimate forgiveness, and he raised the bar so high when he knew he was about to die, and he still asked the Father to forgive the people because they know not what they do. He raised that bar so high so we wouldn't have no excuse on being able to forgive people. You know what I'm saying? So those two components, the making amends and forgiveness, is cleaning out the wreckage of your past. And once you clean out that wreckage of your past, you're able to go and prosper for him and do the work of the Most High, because that's what we're here for, to be disciples and try to follow what Christ did. And we can't do that if we're carrying a bunch of burdens and we got a lot of things out there that we hurt people and we ain't go back and apologize, man. We have to be able to go. He said, don't bring your gift to the altar till you go fix everything with your brother. So we got to go out there and make those amends, and we also got to forgive, because that's blocking us from being the people that we need to be for the Most High. I know this one was long today, but I think it was very important on part 3 of the Mental Health Men's Month, cleaning out the wreckage of your past through making amends and forgiveness. This is Mike. Enjoy the rest of your day. Shalom.